Did you know your brain literally has a sewage system? Yeah, a sewage system. Like actual pipes and drainage and garbage disposal vibes. It's called the glymphatic system. And while you're sleeping, it's supposed to flush out all the mental trash, dead cells, stress chemicals, emotional residue from that awkward thing you said in 2016. Just clean sweep your brain like a night janitor with purpose. But here's the kicker. It only works when you reach deep quality sleep. You know, the kind of sleep that actually feels like it did something. Not the 8-hour horizontal scrolling contest you call a night of rest. So, when you wake up feeling like you got body slammed by a cloud, it's not always about how long you slept. It's about whether your brain had a chance to take out the trash. And if you're anything like me, most nights it didn't. I was doing the things, drinking the stupid chamomile tea, stretching like a 92-year-old yoga instructor, putting my phone in another room like some digital detox warrior, 8 hours in bed, 0% restored, woke up like, ah yes, time to start the day, by hating everything for no reason. You ever feel that? Like, you technically did the self-care, but still want to cry in the shower while listening to 2008 Adele? Yeah, that was me. But not just one time. I'm talking months, waking up like someone had replaced my blood with molasses. I even Googled, can you be tired from sleeping too much? Like a fool. Because I didn't know what I was really looking for. Until one night, I cracked it. Or maybe it cracked me. I was lying in bed again, exhausted but wired. That special flavor of tired, where your body's begging for sleep but your brain's like, let's go over every mistake you've made since puberty, shall we? And then it hit me, not like a lightning bolt, more like a slowly unfolding gut punch. It wasn't my body that was tired, it was me. Like the soul part. The part no Fitbit can track. I realized I was emotionally constipated. You laugh, but I'm dead serious. Physically, fine. Mentally, managing. But emotionally, I was dragging around this invisible backpack of unprocessed stress, disappointment, comparison, guilt, and that weird hollow numbness you get when you're working hard but none of it means anything. I had turned myself into a productivity zombie. Alive, moving, dead inside. And the worst part? I had no idea, because no one tells you that burnout isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet. It just whispers, nothing matters, while you keep pushing through emails and pretending you're fine. And even worse, the world loves that version of you, high functioning, always available. Cracking jokes while dying inside, the MVP of hiding pain in plain sight. So I did something wild. I got up. At 2:30 a.m., I walked to the mirror, looked myself in the eyes, which, by the way, were giving big-time raccoon energy, and I asked one question. What the hell do you need from me right now? And I stood there. And I waited, and it wasn't some magical movie moment. My reflection didn't morph into Morgan Freeman. But eventually, I felt this quiet little voice inside whisper something so simple, so human. I almost missed it. I need you to feel things again. Not fix them. Not explain them. Not analyze or optimize or journal them into oblivion. Just feel them. I realized I'd been sleeping with emotional armor on. Number disconnected, and somehow expecting to wake up recharged like an iPhone. But we're not iPhones. We're messy, soft, beautifully complicated humans. So I sat down, in the dark, with a blanket and a cup of tea that tasted like sadness, and I let it all come up. The fear that I'm not doing enough. The jealousy I pretend I don't feel. The grief I never gave myself permission to process. The quiet longing for someone to just get it. I cried. Not the cute kind, the snot kind. It was gross, and holy, and necessary. And when I finally fell asleep a couple hours later, it wasn't long. But it was the deepest sleep I'd had in years, because for once, I wasn't carrying everything into my dreams. I let my brain do its janitor work. And that changed everything. Here's what nobody tells you. Exhaustion isn't always about energy. Sometimes it's about emotion. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just full. And your soul's tired of digesting feelings you never got to feel. We live in a world that rewards numbing, productivity over presence, hustle over healing. And if you're not careful, you'll confuse being functional with being okay. You'll measure your worth in output instead of aliveness. And slowly you become a ghost inside your own life. So what do you do about it? Here's what I did. Not a guru checklist, just human stuff that helped. I started ending my day with honesty instead of a to-do list. Just 5 minutes of what did I actually feel today? What hurt? What helped? What am I carrying that doesn't belong to me? I stopped trying to fix my emotions and started befriending them. Like, hey shame, I see you. Let's not ruin the party, but you can sit in the back seat. I gave myself permission to be a human, not a machine. Some days that looked like rest. Some days it looked like rage dancing in my kitchen. Both were healing. I learned that healing isn't always peaceful. Sometimes it's ugly crying on a bathroom floor. Sometimes it's canceling plans. Sometimes it's saying, I'm not okay, to someone who can't fix it, but listens anyway. And I started saying no. Not because I was busy, but because I was empty. I stopped performing joy and started chasing real peace. Even if it meant being boring, even if it meant disappearing for a while, even if it meant not meeting everyone's expectations. And slowly, I started waking up different. Not perfectly rested, but real. Like my body wasn't fighting me anymore. Like my emotions weren't trying to scream through my dreams. And I realized maybe the path to real rest isn't just about sleep hygiene and bedtime routines. Maybe it's about truth. Letting yourself be a little undone, a little messy, a little more human than your highlight reel wants to admit. Because the truth is, there's no app for this, no productivity hack, no supplement that can replace the healing power of facing yourself and forgiving yourself and holding your own heart like it matters. So if you're still waking up drained after doing everything right, maybe you need less advice and more space to fall apart a little and rebuild with gentleness. Because sometimes the most healing thing you can do isn't sleep more, it's feel more. It's lay down the armor and pick up your own heart with both hands. It's unglamorous, it's uncomfortable, but it's how we come back to life. And that's what finally set me free. So hey, if this hit you in the gut, if your chest feels heavy right now, if your eyes are leaking a little, this one was for you. Go easy on yourself tonight. Not because you earned it, but because you exist. And that's enough. Now go let your brain take out the trash, and maybe, just maybe, you'll finally wake up feeling alive.